All right. Welcome to the Ranting Raving Podcast. It's your host, Pink Lee. And I have a very special guest with me today.
Hey, y'all. My name is XILOMEN.
XILOMEN, can you let them know what you do and who you are? Give them a little feel for where they can find you.
I'm XILOMEN. I sing, I rap, I dance, I write. But you can find me on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music. My name is spelled XILOMEN, and it's on all platforms.
Awesome. Okay, so another good artist for you guys to check out. Get some summer tunes for your playlist. Before we get started, I want to give a special shout out to Pink Drinks, as you know, our sponsor for the show. If you haven't got a pink drink, not sure what you're thinking. You already know where to come. It's the source. We've got those great tastes. We got that nice amount of premium alcohol that's going to leave you just nice and tipsy. If you now one is great, but two is going to do you in. 3 is going to take you over the top. So however you want to spend your night, if you want to make it a good night, make sure you get a pink drink. You guys already know you can hit that order form and the Pink Drinks bio at PINKKDRINKKS. And yeah, place your order today. All right. So as you guys know, before we get to the topics, we always do a Words of Wisdom backtrack. So Words of Wisdom, well, I'll be announcing it soon. You guys, it'll already be out by the time this episode airs. Words of Wisdom is taking a short break only because I am just doing a lot of things, as you guys know, and it's just becoming a lot. So Words of Wisdom will be back in the fall, but right now I left you guys at episode 92, so just rock out with that one. But we're going back in time to episode 13, where the topic of discussion was never tolerate disrespect. So I think at this point I was probably feeling disrespected in some way, and I probably learned a lesson on why it's important to set the tone, and how important it is to understand that we teach people how to treat us. So the things that we accept and the things that we kind of let slide and those little underhanded jokes and things of that nature, those can be considered disrespect, but it's almost like a grooming process to see how far they can go with you. Like how far can we disrespect you? Those little comments will be like the things until, the little things that'll be slipped in. But I think it's very important. I know it's very important. It's a fact to never tolerate disrespect on any level. And it's also important not to go crazy when you feel disrespected. It's important to actually keep a calm head, keep a cool demeanor, so that way you can be heard as you're voicing your opinion or your emotions on how you feel. You don't want to be like, no, they disrespected me, because then no one's gonna take you serious. They're gonna think you're ratchet and just loud and just obnoxious, and again, no one's gonna take you serious. So you're gonna be left feeling unheard, just like you were in the first place. So make sure you keep a cool, calm demeanor and, check it. But also remember that you teach people how to treat you. So set the tone from the beginning, and you should have less instances of disrespect. So XILOMEN, do you have any any thought on that? Like tolerating disrespect, not tolerating disrespect, how to handle it, or just any input?
I agree when you say you got to nip it in the bud. But when you go about things and you loud and you carrying on a certain way, you bring attention to yourself, and that's just not good for any type of business. So I feel like, again, like you said as well, you teach people how to treat you, but also sometimes you can treat people how you they know you want to be treated a certain standard, but they don't care. They don't even know how to treat themselves to that certain standard. So in that instance, I guess you do sometimes have to pop out and show. But at the same time, it's probably just better to remove yourself. When people don't have access to something that they once had, ego, they might, whatever. The best thing you can do is just remove yourself.
That's true.
Yeah.
I love that too, because that's such a true thing. When you remove access, from someone who's used to being comfortable with you in common, and you take that away, it almost is it's almost that get back, and you're just protecting your peace. You're not intentionally wanting to get that get back, but that's the perfect get back. That's the perfect revenge, is you protecting your peace, and that person being wait, oh, she was serious, or he was serious. They were serious about protecting their peace. Now I don't have access to them. Now what? That's actually a really good one, y'all. Tap in. Y'all need to take notes, because these are important things. So we're about to get into some juicy topics. I'm gonna let XILOMEN go first, and she's our guest.
Okay. Thoughts on violence, gun usage, and Philly. I mean, I feel like, I don't know, people move kind of reckless. Then I feel like some people be scared. Then I be feeling like some people, like, it's weird. I feel like, I mean, if I'm not mistaken, the gun violence has actually gone down this summer. So that's actually good to hear. But like, you still also like hear about like just even like robberies and stuff of that, people being like aggressive.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
Like, I mean, personally, I believe you gotta be like legal, like keep your paperwork. Like, we live in a commonwealth, stay on your paperwork. So like, I feel like if people like are like, I mean, it's not even just Philly, it's all over the world, really. For real, people real cutthroat nowadays.
Yes.
So I'm all like, back to being like respected. I'm going to protect myself by any means.
Right.
So like, okay, young bull, officer, whoever it is, I don't really care about all that you talking. I'm going to make it home. So
yeah,
it is what it is.
Yeah, so. That's so true. I think people are cutthroat too, also because of the times we live in. Like, the same reason why people are cutthroat out of fear is the same reason why they're scared and end up being cutthroat. Like, you may have had something happen in the past, and now you walking around with your finger on the trigger because you scared, but the next person is looking at you as a threat when you're really as scared as they are. And if everyone was just kind of just like open and maybe got the help that they need or had healthy outlets, then they wouldn't be as like finger on the trigger scared. You know what I mean? Because your fear is scaring someone else. So now this person is going to react to you being afraid, but you're looking like the aggressor, you're looking like the predator, and that's not always the case. Some people really are like carrying out of protection or on guard because of fear, but the same thing that they fear, they're perpetuating, like they're doing it. So it's just like this vicious circle. But yeah, I chose Philly specifically just because like that's where we are. But it's a worldwide thing, and it is crazy. But I think I heard that too, that Philly gun violence went down this summer. I think I heard it like a month or so ago, maybe a couple weeks ago. And if that's the case, then I really do salute everyone who's been like going out of their way to like do these stop to violence campaigns or like events or like whatever they can do, or just the OGs who are on the corners and outside and in the neighborhoods and like pulling people to the side, like, you're wilding, like you're doing too much, like slow down, sit down, you know what I mean? So I think it takes a village to change people, and people have to want to change for themselves too. But if they see other people changing and they're like doing this out of fear or not malicious intent, then maybe they have it, but maybe we got a chance to live in like healthy. Cause I don't know, like everybody wants to see their kids like live happily and live safely and live long lives. Right. And the way things are going, it's almost like, dang, like my kid's gonna make it to C25. Like, not only from the environment, just like the world in general. Like, are they gonna make it that far?
Yeah, honestly, like I think about that quote like back, like, what is it, Boys in the Hood, the quote at the beginning, he was all like, not he, but it said by 25 they either gonna be dead or in jail.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And I'm all like, I mean, honestly, that's still like the case today, because a lot of these dudes, they be drilling like from the time they like 10.
Yeah.
They know what's going on. And I be looking at the differences in like the neighborhoods that I be living in. Young bull this side of town, he jogging because he trying to make varsity. Young bull over here, he's on the corner because his old head is telling him like, you want to re-up for them sneakers or something.
Yeah.
So
that's
it's
so
like,
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's such a real thing. That's so true. And it is. It's like you said, like Boys in the Hood is from like what? Early 90s.
Early 90s. Like,
yeah,
like I was a baby. Like,
yeah, facts. And
so
it's still,
like, it's still, but like these are uncles. These are grandfathers.
Yeah.
These are like our, some of our dads.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, even BMF, it's like dope seeing it, but like in a way, like he, like, I don't know, Big Meat, she would say, dang, am I one of them that was like, am I changing the neighborhood?
Yeah.
And I was like, I mean,
yeah.
It is. Like, I love big, like that. The grandiosity and the like
flashiness,
and then he built generational wealth for his son. Yes. I mean, in the end, but like, it's a lifestyle. It's a
lifestyle. It is, and it kind of goes back to like what goes to that back to that idea of like play the hand that you were dealt. Because honestly, because I watch BMF too. That's my show. Shout out to 50. BMF series. Honestly. I like BMF. I think it's a decent out view of like how it happened, right? And it's entertaining. But I think that Big Meech, right? Big Meech, he had what is it? His mom was working at Wendy's. Like, his mom's working at Wendy's, his dad is working like 24/7, still can't pay the mortgage. So when you see your parents struggling to the point of like no return, it's like, what do you, and you have this opportunity. It's like, put yourself in that person's shoes, not condoning what they were doing because it's technically not right, but also play the cards you were dealt. Like, if he didn't do that, would we be seeing his son play him on the like one of the hugest shows? You know, that we wouldn't see that.
We wouldn't know who he is.
We wouldn't know who he is. He probably wouldn't even have had him because who knows if he would have been alive long enough to even have kids, because y'all living in extreme poverty. Mm-hmm. So I think that's a great example of just like kind of doing what you got to do, like based off whatever situation you're in. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. But also for the ones who don't have to do what they have to do, and they just out searching for it because they think it's cool, like that drilling, like you were saying, drilling since you're 10. Like, some people just want to keep doing it, or some kids want to do it because they think it's cool. Like, they think it's cool, literally. They're just all their favorite people, of people who say those slick lines that they listen to, or that they see the dress, they want to dress like them, they want their car. They're not even doing these things. Well, some of them are. But they're like acting like they're doing things, or they're rapping about like them doing these things. So they kind of feel like drawn to it. Like, oh, if I want to be cool, I got to do this. If I want to be down, I got to do this. And that's literally not the case, but child's mind. You know what I mean? So they're going to kind of destruct their life before they can even build one based off of like what they want to do or what they see somebody doing. It gets crazy, y'all. Trust me, it gets crazy. But make sure y'all are keeping a close eye on your kids, because you just never know. You just never know. All right, we're going to get into the next subject. Let me see. Okay. Do you classify addiction as a disease? So, I know people gonna hate me for this, but no, I do not. And y'all know, if I say y'all gonna hate me for this, every episode y'all know I'm about to say some outlandish stuff that probably is really not outlandish, but y'all, the majority don't agree with, that I see online. I see people trying to claim this addiction as a disease thing, and it's not the case. It's a choice. And the choices you make have consequences, right? And that's just what it is. Everybody's addicted to something in some way, and most of you guys are addicted to your phones. That's the main thing people are addicted to, and that's the easiest addiction, because you don't even realize, you don't even know it. Mindless, right? But whatever addiction it is, it's not a disease. It is something that you chose to do and now are suffering the repercussions of it, whether that be good or bad. Most of the time it's bad, but you know. But what do you think? Do you classify addiction as a disease?
I do, but I also do believe it's a choice. I feel like some things like that we're dealt with, like, you kind of like don't have a choice. But if you know you have an addictive personality, or you know this is susceptible in your bloodline, if you know, and you kind of like indulge in the same thing when you know you have preventative options, other outlets, I believe like you're helping this.
I see you're what you're
helping
saying.
like you gotta feed what is good, or you gotta feed what is bad.
Right. No, that's a real thing.
Yeah.
That's true. I feel what you're saying. I see people like all the time online. It's just like this great debate, and it's mainly used. And the reason what forced me to know, I'm gonna tell you, really, because I've been watching all these things on Kensington. I don't like Zombieland. It's so fascinating to me how people just love to self-sabotage in that way. Self-sabotage streaming on all platforms, y'all. Make sure y'all run that up. Just saying. But yeah, people self-sabotage in that way, and it's like fascinating and bizarre too. But I just like to, I don't know, I watched the documentaries and the people who were like seeing them face to face and kind of getting their point of view and letting their voice be heard, like on how they got to this point, because it don't just happen overnight, you know what I mean? So in that case, a lot of people will say like it's a disease because of the fact of they kind of need it at that point. You know what I mean? Because they'll get sick and they can't like carry on throughout their day. And I do understand that, right? But I also think about the fact of like, what are you doing in your day if you have to get high all day? Like, what can your day consist of that like is meaningful or like productive? Like, what does it mean? What does your day even matter or mean? Like, your life matters because you're a human life, but like, what does your day matter or mean if like you have to like, oh God, let me go do this or else I don't want to throw up on y'all. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. It just is crazy to me. So like seeing that and not judging, because like I've had crazy friends and I have some associates, people that, you know what I mean? Because it's just like, what is going on in your day that you got to take a break to keep doing that? But you have to, because if you don't, you're going to get sick. And it's just like, and that is a choice. You're choosing to do this instead of choosing to put it down and say, okay, I'm going to deal with this sickness for a couple of days or a week or whatever. And then I'm going to be okay after this. I'm still going to have problems. Yes. But everybody got problems. This is the main problem holding you down. Like, let it go and let's get into something different. But to the audience, I want to ask you guys, do you guys classify disease as an addiction? And we're talking addiction to drugs, alcohol. It could be shopping. It could be food. It could be, there's a lot of different addictions. People go straight to drugs, but there's many different addictions. So do you guys classify addiction as a disease? Let us know in the comments. We would love to hear your voice. And I think that the more you guys start commenting, I'm going to start like posting your comments and stuff so you guys can feel more involved. I think that would be dope. So I think I'm going to do that, but make sure you guys let us know in the comments. And it's on you to pick a card. You can have a pink drink if you want to.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, word. Do I want to say?
What's this one? Oh, God, what I do?
What was your worst dating experience?
It could be like, it doesn't have to be like deep. It could be like a bad date. It could be like a funny date. It could be something light. It don't gotta be too deep. Like,
I'm like, I'm not gonna do all of that on camera. That would just be like uncouth,
right?
But okay, where I think of something like recently, like I didn't really care, but I was just like, it was like really disrespectful because, like, honestly, I ain't seen the dude in like months. And then like he comes back and is like, yeah, I missed you. And then like in a way tries to spend it like I was spinning the block for him.
He trying to gaslight you.
I was all like, hold on. I haven't spoken to you in months, sir. Like, and then
it's over with.
So I'm just all like, okay, but I'm all like, okay, cool. I'll still talk. Like, see, like where this dude's head is at. And then, like, he sends me a picture of him and another girl on a date. And I'm just all like, are you trying to make me mad or something? Like, it'd be like, it'd be like bizarre stuff dudes
That's
be doing.
Weird.
It's very strange.
What was his reason for that? Like
I was like, I said, is something wrong with you? And he was all like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm all like,
oh my God, now he tried to fake like it was an accident.
I'm just like, okay, well, enjoy. Please don't contact me again. I'm like, I'm not gonna crash out about you if that was your intention. So I'm all like, honestly, I just don't be dating no more. Like we can go get coffee, but yeah.
I mean, coffee's still a date. I think, I don't know. That situation is weird because
very strange.
Because my thing is like, why would he act like it's an accident? Like, no, stand on business. You sent it. Stand on it. Like, now be like, haha, that's why I'm with another girl. Like, I would love for you to do that because if you used all that energy to send it to me, then why would you lie about the reason you sent it to me?
Right.
That's very, fellas.
I'm like,
really.
I mean, I'm like, I can't be disrespected. And like, honestly, I'm all like, you didn't disrespect me. I'm just like, enjoy.
Yeah.
I wasn't even thinking about you, bro.
Which made him more mad because now he's like, oh, I can't get to her. What can I do next?
Oh, like my motto is, my son is 5. So, like, my son is my son. Like, that weird boy mom agenda, I don't know what they talking about. But what I'm saying is, my son is my son. I'm not dating someone else's son to be their mom. So,
yeah,
I'm going to worry about my son and, only hope and pray that he's not strange. Like, I'm like, because I've been meeting some. I'm like, can I meet your mom? It's not even you. Like, what's
Where do
going
you come
on?
from?
Like, what's going on with your son, ma'am?
Yeah.
He's kind of strange.
Because, they also say, too, like, the way that a man treats his mom is the way that he's going to eventually treat you. So if you treat me like this, like, what's y'all dynamic like?
Yeah, like, one time this dude, he said, yeah, I just blocked my mom. And I just, I said, well, hold on. You blocked your mom? He said, yeah, sometimes I just do that. And I'm just so like, she's kind of getting on my nerves.
I don't know. I'm gonna say this about that. I would say this. It depends on the person, because sometimes I'm a big believer in like creating boundaries to protect your peace. Okay. Right. So like maybe she's like a little cuckoo, and maybe you just need that. Maybe you need that little like mental health break from her.
However,
I
understand.
Context.
He just took her on a vacation. So I'm all like, this. It's kind of like this topsy-turvy. Like, do you not want to hear that she's giving you some advice about your life, and you're just kind of like,
yeah, because some people aren't ready to hear that. So that's true too.
That's what what it does. I'm all like, you know what? That's none of my business.
Yeah,
you her son, but I understand that you're blocking her. So you gonna think it's okay to block me when we don't agree.
Yeah,
so I'm not even really gonna deal with that. So
yeah, but those are good red flags to keep like ahead of time, so you're like already knowing. Because I think, well, men do it too, but I think females do it more, like just ignoring the red flags. So what they say, red flags looks like Six Flags, and you ready to ride that roller coaster, but you really not. You know what I mean? You really don't want any of that, but it ends up being that, and it just gets like nasty and sticky and just like, that's awful.
Nah, I'm good.
That's terrible. But everything comes in due time, and I feel like I just told someone this the other day. They were like, yeah, just like nothing's working out. Like all these girls are dating pool's terrible. And I was like, I feel like you come into your like, you can not easily, but you can better find a person who's suitable for you when you're not necessarily seeking someone out. Like you just said, like, oh, my son is my son, I'm focused on my son. Like, you never know when the love of your life is just going to pop up because you're not even looking for that person. So you just never know. But y'all, if you have a crazy dating experience, put that in the comments for us too, because we would love to hear it. I'm like a sucker for those. I love those. Like if it's ever on Facebook, you know how they have like the text and screenshots? Oh yeah, I'm one of those person who will share it, put for only me, and go back and read it just because, like, well, one, because you never know, we could use it for the podcast, but two, it's just hilarious because y'all be wilding. But I'm gonna pick the next card. I'm gonna be difficult and pick, I don't know, that one. Your 11-year-old asks for a strip club themed birthday party. What do you do next? And after we get into it, I'm gonna give you the context for that because there was a reason. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. It wasn't my son, because my son know better. But this one's strawberry tequila red. It's strawberry and passion fruit and tequila. And this is the tropical vodka punch, the code green. Mango and pineapple. If you're trying to decide. Okay. This one? Mm-hmm. I'm going to rock it. Yeah, you can leave it there for you. All right. So obviously I'm going to say no. Absolutely not. Like, no. No, never. We can do Goku. We can do Dragon Ball Z. We can do Inside Out, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We can do any of that. But what we're not going to do is anything adult. So this could mean even if he asks for like I want my birthday party to be like reminiscent of like a cigar lounge, which is like a good thing. It's not a bad thing. You're still 11 though, so stay in your lane. So no. No. You can't have anything adult. Like even like, no, nothing adult. Absolutely not. And that goes for both my sons. Absolutely not. Don't even ask. Emma, don't ask. Because it's not going to happen. What do you think, Valerie?
I mean, you said we can't cuss. I'm like, what are you? I'm all like, but like, what are you even doing? Ask me that.
Right.
I mean, like, I understand. Like, you going to find girls attractive. But honestly, I know my son is very daring. Like, he is 5, so they're very daring.
Yeah.
But Do not even come to my face. What is wrong with you?
That's how I feel. It's crazy. Like, but I'm gonna give you the context. So, Young Miami, she threw her son a club, a night. It didn't even say what type of club. It said club themed birthday party. However, when I looked at the photos and the videos, they had money falling from the ceiling. And there's only money falling everywhere at one type of club, which would be a strip club. Because when you're in a regular club, nobody's just throwing money in the air. Like, they buying drinks, they doing the dancing, all these things. But only time money is being thrown in the air is at a strip club. So that's why I assumed it would be a strip club party. So you want to pretty it up and say club all you want, and that's fine. But it was a strip club. And the little boy was turning 11, and they had like a fake bartender, and it was like fake like mocktails, which is like, I don't know. I don't like that kind of stuff. I just feel like it's too adult. Like, even though it's like made kid friendly, it's still too adult. You're now putting this little boy in the mind of like what he wants to do. Like, he can't wait to go blow his first money at the strip club, which is not what I want my son doing. I want my son putting his money up, investing, like saving, or even if you're not saving, invest in yourself. Like, if you're spending all your money investing in yourself, I'm so proud of you, because you're investing in yourself, investing in the right thing. So I'm not mad at that. But what the last thing I want you to do is thinking this is cool. I don't want you thinking this is cool. Like, I don't want you thinking that, because to me, it's not cool. So I don't know.
Like, I feel like in some ways they could be saying like we like shaming, and we like don't we support sex workers or like, you know, judging people's, I guess, parental, but at the same time, like, you know, that's good for them. If that's what she want to do for her son,
yeah,
my son will not be doing that.
My point exactly. I feel like people might think that too, though. I feel like that's a real thing. People might really feel like we are judging them, but I don't feel like it's judging, because I don't feel like it's disrespectful to state my opinion on how I feel about some things. Like, if you want to do that, that's fine. But I know most of the girls who do that, the ones who aren't like addicted to a substance who do that, they're doing this for a reason. This is a means to an end. Like, this is not their final goal. They know that they don't want to be like 45 still having to, you know, to strip or whatever. So I feel like it's not really demeaning them, because I salute them that they have the courage to go out and do that. That's not me. You know what I mean? I don't hate them for it. Like, get your money, sis. However you got to get it, whatever works for you. However, I do feel that most of the time they're not like condoning it for children. You know what I mean? They
feel like it should be separated from children.
It should be separated, and they know that this is just something that they like are doing for now to invest in. Like, we see a lot of the rap girlies right now. A lot of them used to be strippers, and they were strippers. They were strippers because they said, okay, hey, I want to rap, or I want to be famous. A lot of them just wanted to be famous. They didn't know what they wanted to do. So I want to be famous. So it's like, okay, well, I know I gotta invest in getting my body done, which I don't support again, but I'm not shading anyone who does it. And they'll invest in themselves. But that's you investing in yourself for your lane and what you want to do. Now, most of the rap girlies have the fake bodies, and they have the augmentations on their face, and they have the fillers and all the things. So it's like they're working to be able to put money into behind that, and to be have marketing dollars and things of that nature. And I get it, and that's cool. But I know their life goal isn't to be, I want to be the best 45-year-old stripper I can be. I know I could, like, no one is thinking that. And if you are, then I really think, like I said, that means that you're probably on a substance. Because if you think that you could just do that forever, you're crazy. By 50, 55, people be getting up differently, all right? Like, it's different. You can't be bending it. All that don't work like that anymore. It's there's changes that happen. So I think all in all, like we said, no. Okay? No strip club themed birthdays until you're old enough to go to the strip club, and then you can have your birthday party there. Okay, that's how we carrying it. But we are about to take a quick break. When we come back, we have so many more juicy topics for you guys. So you guys make sure you stay locked in, because once you locked in, ain't no switching up. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back to the Ranting Raving Pod. Hope you guys had time to grab a little snack, because we back at it. All right, I think it's on XILOMEN to draw a card, I think. I don't know. Yeah, I think so.
Okay, it says you are offered one of these services for life for free. 1, a private chef. 2, a chauffeur. 3, a house cleaner. Which do you pick and why? Okay, it would have to be a chauffeur because, one, I feel like if, like, let's say you get to a certain level of success, you have to be like mindful who cooks for you.
That's
like,
true. That's true.
And then also a house cleaner. I'm pretty thorough, so I mean, like, that would be like, I'd be real nitpicky, so I would be no. And chauffeur, cause I need that.
Yeah,
definitely.
That's what I picked too. When I thought I was like chauffeur automatically, because one, I like to cook, so I want to do my cooking. And then the same thing with the knit. Like, I'm not necessarily like, I guess maybe I ain't nitpicky. It's just be like, well, you could have done it like that. You know, you don't want to be like that with somebody. So like, yeah, so
especially we got to deal with each other for life. I just, you know, just meet me at my house. I'll be ready.
Right,
like,
right.
You be there. I'll be there. So
yeah,
be cool.
We good. Yep. You guys let us know in the audience what you would choose if you could have one free service for the rest of your life between a private chef, personal house cleaner, or a chauffeur. Which one would you guys choose? Because we both agreed we want to be passenger princess. Okay. All right, we are gonna pick another one. Okay, this is good. I was really hoping that I didn't choose this one because I couldn't think of one. If you had to eat one meal or food for a year straight, what would it be and why? Yes. Yeah.
That's hard.
Man. I'm gonna just go ahead and say mine. Mushrooms. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because you can do so many different things with mushrooms. Like, you can make it into whatever you want. So just to give me, because it's a year long, so I'll say for some versatility, mushrooms. Yeah. So I'm gonna have to stick with that.
It has to be like just an ingredient?
No, it could be like a meal. It could be like a whole meal. It could be like a food item. It could be a snack. It could be whatever you want.
I would just, it would be like salad.
Salad?
Yeah, because I'm all like, what are the rules to this salad? I can jazz this salad up.
Right.
I can like, make this salad.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm all like, let me just, keep it simple.
Yep. You could do whatever you want to it. And then because it's like a year is a long time to do the same thing.
Yeah.
But yeah. Something like that. Something different. Switch it up. All right. So I want you to draw your card.
Is the development of artificial intelligence helping or hurting humanity? I mean, I be feeling like they be foreshadowing and they've been showing us in the sci-fi movies. Kind of like, I do feel like it is helpful, but then at the same token, I feel like people are very smart. We have ease of access. We have convenience. We have whatever we want at the palm of our hands. But also, I feel like critical thinking is not quite common anymore.
Yeah.
I feel like with artificial intelligence, you can pass college just because this AI bot, like, they can pick up on it. They're going to find ways. But technically, you don't really have to, like, use your mind. We're doing all of this stuff on ease. It's kind of like that movie, what is it, like with Adam Sandler, where he's just with the remote and he's just on autopilot.
Oh, Click.
Like, Click.
Yeah.
I'm all like, in a way, that's what I feel like, living in this technology-based meta life. Like, our brains are advanced, but we're kind of just sitting here.
Yeah, that's interesting. I love that you brought that up because I totally forgot about that movie, one. And two, that is like exactly kind of how it feels a little bit. I think like I kind of always thought like when texting became really big, I was thinking like, oh, like my spelling is going to be terrible after a while because it spells everything for me and you don't get that practice of like writing it out or spelling or typing it out yourself. I'm crazy like that. So I just be thinking about little things like that, but that's something that crossed my mind like in high school, sort of thing. And I think it's true. We become so dependent on everything AI that we're not willing to do things ourselves. I think we had talked about AI in a couple episodes ago, and we were discussing. I forget who was on here, but their point was basically that AI is helping them as a business owner, And I was like, yeah, as a business owner, it definitely
Definitely.
helps, right? But also still have that personal touch, because that's what's going to set you apart. And I was trying to explain that. I don't think that we came to like agreement on it. Like, I think we both felt in our like respective ways, and that was cool. Like, it was what it was. But that's how I feel, because when I'm scrolling down and looking, yeah, because I was bringing up the time when I was looking, I didn't have that much packed in my day, and I was like, hey, we should go to an event. And we should like try to go support someone's event. And we were like looking, and everybody's like flyers were trash, like captions trash, like everything was like giving like AI or like come through, period. Like no one, it's not bad to use AI, but make sure you're putting that human touch on there. Make sure you're like customizing to make sure people feel like this is you speaking, even if it's not you speaking. Because even with like ChatGPT, you still have to put a good prompt in. If you put a crappy prompt in, you're going to get a crappy response. So, I mean, you still have to like have some type of brain, but if we're depending on AI too much, we're not going to have any brain left. We're just going to be like, oh, brush my teeth, AI. And they're just gonna come, like, you know, like it can literally get to that point where we're depending on, because people think AI. I think people normally think like AI, and they think like ChatGPT and things of that nature. But in like photography, videography, but there's also AI like actual bots out here, like robots that will come and take us away, because they're starting to feel like they're smarter. They will not even feel like, because they are smart enough. They know they're smarter than us.
Yeah, I feel like it's not even. I feel like the robots, they were chatting with each other. Like they have their own consciousness now, so it's kind of like
they have their own consciousness with no actual conscious though. Yeah. So they don't care about killing people or unaliving people.
Yeah, they're like with they're computing what they're told, and they're learning from us. Mm-hmm. Like, and since they're meant to be better than us, I mean, like, come on, like it's kind of like people be playing, like we playing with nature right now. Yeah. Like, the weather machines up in the sky and everything, they changing in one day.
Chemtrails and stuff like that. On, bro. Mm-hmm. It's true. It can. I think that this was like not the guy who like created, because it wasn't one person who created AI, but I guess he was like very instrumental in the team of people who created AI. Like he was like one of the forefronters. He like as soon as it started getting huge, like this was like 5 years ago, he was like talking about his fears publicly. Like he created this and he is now afraid of it. Yeah. So that should say something to y'all. Like if he created it and he's now afraid of it, that's saying something. And all these movies, like I'm a big believer that art imitates life and vice versa. So like all these sci-fi movies where they're like, the robots are like, whatever. Like these things aren't happening out of nowhere. They're not coming out of nowhere. There's some type of thought behind this. Or there's some type of, even like aliens, right? Think about how like a couple like 20, maybe 30 years ago, we were thinking like aliens could never be real. That's some movie stuff. Come to find out, we have had contact with aliens, and now they're open about it. Now they're accepting it and all this. But it's like they came from the movies. Like there's got to be everything. There's some truth to all this stuff. We got to just open our eyes. Some people say your third eye. Open your eyes. All three of them, all two, whatever you got going on. Open your eyes, because the things that are being like entertaining us, they're the things that could be our detriment in the end. So we got to be careful, for real, because it can happen. And y'all know I get into the conspiracy, so I believe it could happen. But I'm gonna switch topics before we scare y'all to death, because I know y'all probably over there like ah. But okay. Oh, this is good. What's the best line to end an argument with? Best one. I really don't like to argue. I don't know.
Yeah, I really hate to argue. Yeah. And I feel like because I'm quiet, people like to like, they be like, can to make me talk. Yeah. And I'm just all like, a lot of times I just won't talk, but I feel like the best way to like, and like kind of like stare at people. Like,
make them feel stupid.
Like just kind of like, I'm all like, yeah. But I also feel like oh, okay. But yeah, I feel like kind of depends on what type of argument it is, though.
Yeah,
too.
that's true. That's true.
Like, like, a lot of times I'm all like, okay, God bless.
Yeah.
God bless. Just keep it simple as that.
I like God bless a lot because I feel like it's giving unbothered, but it's also giving like okay, you're giving weird energy, but I'm not gonna let it affect me. Mm-hmm. So I feel like God bless is simple. I like you got it. Probably because, like, I didn't grow up in Philly. So, like, that's, like, a newer phrase from, like, you got it. Like, people would say that their whole life. But, like, Philly is so, like, certain Philly slang is so exciting for me. I didn't grow up here. So, I'd be like, oh, I like that. They're like, we've been saying that since we was 12. I still like it. I'm using it. I'm stealing. I'm bringing it back. How about that? I think I like you got it because I feel like, I like you. God bless. That was a good one. I like God bless. But you got it is kind of like, yeah, like, you got it. Because you do have it. You have all the anger. You have all the bad energy. You have all the negativity. You got it. And you got it all over there. So keep it over there. Keep it over here. Mm-hmm. So I feel like those two. But you guys, let us know in the comments. What is the best line to end an argument for you guys? How do you guys end it off? How do you just chuck the deuces on them? You give them that stare, like what you throw hands. What do you do? Let us know. I hope you don't throw hands. But let us know what you do in the comments. We would love to hear. All right, we're down to our last couple topics. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
All right. What is the most outrageous thing you have done for love? Honestly, stay too long.
Now that's my answer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Stay too long. Like, when I know it's, like, expired. But I'm all like, I love you. And I'm all like, I see, like, you're not really here. You're just here for the benefits at this point. And the familiarity. So staying too long.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
let me ask you this just to curve off. Because we talked about this on the podcast. Like, it comes up often. So I was like to get different people's perspectives. How important do you think love is in a relationship?
I mean, I'm not going to be in a relationship with anybody unless I love them.
Yeah, but I mean, like, in terms of, like, so, like, communication, trust, boundaries, balance, comprehension, love. Like, basically, let me give you more context. So, basically, a while ago, I came to this conclusion that love is definitely an important thing in a relationship, but it's not the most important thing in a relationship. And I think people get that confused, and they hop on this love train, and they're, oh, but I love you. But it's like, can we get along? Like, do I really like you like that? Like, you could love someone and not like them. You know what I mean? When I talk, do you listen? When you talk, do I want to listen? You know what I mean? Just all the other things that come along with this. So that's what I'm just asking. Where would you rate? You don't have to give an exact ranking, but like, how important would you say? Because you could be in love with someone and be miserable in a relationship and still like have love. Like, you'll love them, you'll break up with them and still love them, right? And eventually that fades to, I got love for you. You know what I mean? You're not gonna stay, you know what I mean, in that emotional bondage forever. But I do feel like people put it so high up on the list to where they're like, no, I'm gonna continue to get black eyes because I love him and he loves me. Like, girl, like, he don't love you. But you know what I mean? Like, that's a terrible example. But it's like that, you know, like, it's just like, how important do you think love is in a relationship?
Okay. Well, well, okay, if we're going to put it like percentage-wise, I need to at least 50% love you, because if I don't, I'm not even going to take this serious. And like, yeah, of course I love my friends, but I feel like it's not a romantic type love. I don't want to be
like platonic.
I don't want to be in a relationship with my friend. Like, I feel like we should be friends, but there's other things, like, I might want to have a baby with you. I might, like, Can you take care of the baby?
Yeah.
Do you know, like, how to conduct yourself in business? Do you need assistance with that? So I get what you're saying. It's not all about love, because some people, it's kind of like, you can bring dishonor to my family. Yeah. Like, not saying, like, you know, my family's word is the end all be all, but you ain't gonna have me out here looking crazy.
Yeah, don't embarrass me. Don't, like, be out here. Yeah, don't have me looking crazy. I agree. I just feel like there's some people... Well, I know for a fact that some people are so consumed with love that they, like, kind of forget everything else that's also important in a relationship. And there's so many other things that are super important that I feel like trump love. You know, they go over love. So, Yeah, because you can love someone or be in love with someone and be truly miserable. Like, and you just holding on for the sake of love. And it's like, okay, I love you. And what? Like, what are we doing here? Like, can we get money together? Because we can't get money together then. Like, just simple. It could be anything. It could be anything. But you guys let us know in the comments. I probably asked you this already, but I'm going to ask y'all again. How important to you is love in a relationship? Like, where does it rank percentage-wise or how you want to put that? Let us know. So we are down to our last and final topic. I don't know what this is, but... Oh, this is good because this is kind of the vibe from a couple questions ago. Have you ever had a paranormal experience?
Yeah, definitely.
You have? Because I believe in like spirits, but I don't know. Let us know that because you said that quick because I want to know.
Yeah, I mean, like, people be all like, oh, it's a psychosis. You're seeing things. That person is drunk. I'm like,
no.
Nah. No. Like when they be all like, but like my grandpa is like my guardian angel, like one of my guardian angels, because it's all like I used to live in New York, and I'm like when I first went, I was like I'm from Virginia, like people, like, and I was raised really country, so I was kind of like wow, this is just a big city, and I was kind of like, but in my grandpa, like he traveled a lot and he passed, and like his birthday stayed on the clock for like months when I moved.
What?
And then like things I would like I lost my wallet and I would like somebody brought it back and I like would feel my grandpa's presence. So like I was sitting in the police station and it was kind of like he was kind of testing me like, are you going to like panic or are you going to do something strategic about it? Because he was an army dude. And I like felt his presence like since I took the initiative. He walked out like I felt him leaving the door open.
Yeah.
And I was all like, it was kind of like this. It was like kind of eerie, but I was like, yes, he's here. I can feel him.
Yeah. Spirits are something that you can feel. Like you don't have to see it, you feel it, and that's why people who aren't really in touch with themselves. I feel like those are the people who are like, no, it's pish posh, doesn't matter, you're going crazy. But it's like, no, you're not in tune with yourself enough to feel those spirits around you because they are around. Energy is real, and energy, like spirits and energy, it's like kind of like one and the same almost. Like it's something we can't see or tangibly touch, but we feel it. That's crazy. The birthday on the clock, that would have freaked me out. Yeah, that would have freaked me out.
Yeah, after a while, I just kind of got used to it because it's just kind of like after my grandma passed. Like she passed maybe like 2 years ago. We didn't have the best relationship. She was different, real country, and I learned that she came to Philly. She don't like Philly, and like my uncle, not my uncle, but whoever she had my aunt with, he's from Philly, street dude. So it's kind of like when she passed, she visited me. It was like really weird, and like I was driving, I didn't go to her funeral because it was like I had like this feeling. I knew she was about to pass, and it was like something told me to go home, visit her, bring my baby, let her meet him, and then as soon as I went home, like maybe I don't know how long it was, but it was shortly after she passed. And like I be feeling stuff like people contact me before they about to check, and it be scaring me sometimes.
Man,
and so like
it is scary.
Yeah, she visited me after I was driving, and she was like, my locks kept going off. I was driving by myself. My kid was not in the car. No, it was like click, 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 click. I was like,
oh my God.
I was like, hold up. Okay, I'm not tripping. This is not an electric issue at this point because I'm like, I just got everything checked. And then she's like, I'm all like, yo, grandma, is that you? And it stops. And then click, 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 click. And I had a conversation. I was like, look, grandma, I'm sorry we weren't, the best of terms, but I love you. Like, without you, I would not be here. But you have to accept, like, that's the way it was. It is what it is. I'm at peace. You gotta be at peace. You're not here. And after I talked, it literally stopped.
That's so crazy.
So I'm all like,
that's the kind of stuff that'd be like, chill up your spine, be like, oh my God. Yeah. But those things are important. I wish my grandparents, any of them, would have come to me, but I don't think they have. Well, That's not true. Maybe my grandpa passed. Yeah, I probably say my grandpa probably has, and in different ways. I like think about him a lot. All of my grandparents are unalived, but I probably think about him the most randomly, almost every day, actually, especially recently. It's very weird. But for like one thing, or it could be like someone smoking a cigarette, and I'd be like, yeah, my grandpa used to smoke cigarettes when he fought in the war. Like, it'd be like, what are you thinking about that for? Like, what's wrong with you, you weirdo? But that's just me. I just be, a lot of stuff goes on in this brain. But yeah, I don't know. I think I've had paranormal experiences, but they were all like as a teenager. And I feel like I was so dramatic then that, like, I don't know. Like one of this girl who I used to be really, really close with growing up, her, like, we used to always say like her mom's house was haunted. And so we went to like the school in the suburbs, but her mom lived in Philly. So it was already a big deal to like go to Philadelphia, right? So we went, and then we would just hear like noises and different things, but like this has been an ongoing thing like her whole life. She kind of like knew that it was haunted, but I'm not sure if it was like good spirits or bad spirits. I didn't like going there very often, so I would probably say it's bad looking back, but I can't like remember the specifics. But we would always like be screaming and like come back Monday like, yo, let me tell you what happened this weekend. Like it happened a couple of times, but like paranormal. But I think that spirits are very real. And maybe I'm always looking for them, and maybe that's why they don't come to me. It's like, you're thirsty, calm down. Like we're gonna come to the people who are like not wanting us to come, or like unassumingly just going by, or maybe there's no messages to give to me. Because I feel like you said that you were in the car with your grandma, or like she was like playing, you think it was her playing with the doors. I feel like maybe that was her time, that she just wanted you to be able to like have that conversation with her, and like she figured like, you're by yourself, you're not with your kid, you're not with your mom, you're not with your family, like this is just me and you, let's have this conversation. And then again, like you said, big city, coming from the country, your grandfather kind of looking over you. So I feel like those were messages that you probably needed to hear, like, I got you, I got your back, like, or like, let's settle this before I go, whatever, whatever. So I feel like they're messages. So maybe spirits come when there's a message or like a lesson or like a confirmation that needs to be had, maybe.
Well, true, but there are some people that see them like all the time. So like kind of like it's an anime. What is it? Is it Ichigo Kurosaki? Soul Reapers? I forgot. Bleach. Like they help either you go to heaven, or they help like, I mean, I don't like, I believe in a higher power. I believe in God.
Yeah.
But I do believe in like exorcism and that type of stuff. I do know that people who are like demonic possession, they go to people that are more open, like an open vessel. They don't have really a soul. Yeah. So it's kind of like, if you're protected, they're going to stay away. But if they see that you're a vessel to bring forth their legion or whatever,
that's true,
they will.
No, there's like, I feel like you said, like, when you just said that you were like, I believe in God, but I also believe in it. But that's like one, not to say that's one and the same, but that's a part of it. Like, believing in God means believing in the devil most of the time. Some people don't, but most of the time, that traditionally it does, because it speaks in the Bible about things of that nature. It speaks of exorcisms in the Bible. It speaks of being an open vessel. And I actually had a couple weeks on, we had a Screw Tape. Shout out to Screw Tape for coming through. Screw Tape came in and he was telling us how he got his rap name, and it was basically from this book that was written, I think by R.L. I can't remember the guy whoever wrote Wardrobes of Narnia, the Chronicles of Narnia. I mean, the same person wrote this book, and this book was basically like, it was like Satan and Satan Jr. And Satan is writing these letters to Satan Jr. though, right? Or they're writing letters back and forth to each other. And the whole point is like, basically like like the Satan Jr. would be like, well, Satan would tell Satan Jr. like, yeah, like, make sure you go for this person, but don't come too strong. Come like this. So basically how the devil will attack you. It's called Letters to the Devil or something like that. Or Letters to something. I don't know. If you're interested, I'll send you the information because I have it. I plan on buying that book. As soon as I'm done the book I'm reading now, I want to buy that book. But it's just such an interesting thing, because it was like almost like the devil teaching the devil, which is like a human that he like was an open vessel that he went into, who was like, he was kind of teaching his teachings, which are terrible, but those things on the earth, and like kind of telling him how to figure out how to like get past the guarded people. So it's very interesting, and I know that to be true, everything you said to be true, and I just wanted to throw that in there to even add on and to piggyback, because it's a real thing. And if you don't know, then you just don't know, and if you don't believe, you just don't believe. But I happen to be a big believer in it. Things like that, like when you said that, everything you just said, I didn't even blink. I'm like, yeah, that's crazy, because I believe in it. But I don't know. You guys let us know if you guys believe in paranormal activity. And if you've had a paranormal experience, let us know. Let us know. But we are about to wrap up this show. XILOMEN, would you like to leave anything with the people? Anything you have coming up or they should look out for? Where to follow you? All that good stuff. I think you might have told them, but...
Yeah. I have an album coming out called Risk Rich, coming out later in the summer. But you can follow me, XILOMEN, Angelisa, ANGELISA on Instagram. On my platform, XILOMEN Angelisa. But like my music, just type in the first name, XILOMEN.
All right. Thank you so much, XILOMEN, for coming through. We had a time. That was cool beans. And I hope you guys definitely remember to subscribe to Stereotype Radio on YouTube. Remember to follow Stereotype Radio on Instagram. Follow the Ranting Raving page at Ranting Raving Podcast on Instagram. Hi, Pinklee, HIPINKKLEE. Shout out to our sponsor, Pink Drinks. UCR drinks are almost done, so you already know what it's hitting for. Make sure you guys tap in. And most of all, make sure you guys stay locked in, because once we locked in, ain't no switching up. We'll see you next week.